Anyways, we're recording now. Welcome back to Vestige of Ophiuchus. Nat19 Campaign 1 Session 20. We're us and you're you, and you're looking good today. Did you do something with your hair? I could tell.
Aww.
You've been...
Penis!
I'm loving your quarantine look right now. Those new sweatpants? Of course they're not. All right.
Fucking goddamn.
All right. I would like to ask what you guys would like to do. I'd also like Quintus to roll a perception check.
I lean down, touch the horse track, bring it to my lips.
That's not Winchester.
He's like walking behind Mrs. Horse like...
That's a 9, my friend.
You swear as you see this place. You can't tell if it's a trick of the wind or if it's or your imagination acting up, but you swear you hear the resonant whinny of a horse in the distance.
Upon hearing the faraway, potentially whinny, Quintus narrows his eyes and starts walking forward.
Gwen, you need to calm down. We need to be super careful.
Indeed, we can't just run in there without a plan. It's not like they're gonna leave him unguarded.
I just remember that Logan told us to talk about a plan and we never did.
Oh, goodness!
It's true, you wasted a week.
I was gonna say.
It's fine, we'll play it by ear. It'll be great.
I have a plan. Starts walking forward.
That is perhaps what I fully expected when I said you should spend the week planning, though. I never expect you to actually talk about game outside of game, except for talking about your dumb shenanigans. You do talk about those.
Me and Carrie had a lot to talk about as far as game was concerned. Thank you very much.
We really
did. You see the want-a-wife thing?
It's really important. It was my birthday.
So we could send in Lexi just to scout out the place. Like she could get a look inside like the stables and as like a fox or something.
It's true. I could do that.
Could send Billy with her.
It's true.
Get like a bird's eye view of the place.
Spencer, never would have thought, sorry.
In my foxy form.
As you take a step forward, you feel your paw goes into something wet. Looking down, you don't see anything on the ground, but looking at the base of your paw, moving it back up, you see that the bottom of your paw is now soaked in blood.
Stable's haunted.
Stable's haunted, man. I keep approaching her.
Oh, Carrie.
Oh, Lexi.
As you look back up from your paw towards the ghost, you see that the figure is now standing, straight up, no longer sobbing. Back to you, looking out the other side of the stable, entirely rigid.
I'm just keep going close to her, man.
Oh, Carrie.
As you take another step forward, you hear a cracking sound, as if bones snapped. And then a second later, out of sync with the sound, you see the head of this person crack around. No eyes in their sockets. You see the faint light of two very small yellow glowing pupils suddenly ignite in the empty sockets, and their skin seems to dry out.
I was gonna say, is Billy seeing this?
Billy was not seeing this.
Shit.
Those of you that
got no idea.
Those of you that are outside, at the same moment, the sky seems to darken somewhat. It doesn't go completely black, but as this happens, it's as if a shadow comes over the entirety of the Falgrieve estate. When it does, the trees begin to sway and move as if a strong wind was picking them up, even though there's no wind that could actually be moving them currently. You hear a rustling, dry leaves blow across the ground, and then you all see a figure standing on the steps to the Falgrieve estate, looking up towards it. You can't quite tell features about it. It's completely dark, as if their body is a shadow. They take a step forward, and then they seem to suddenly jolt towards you, disappearing from their location and reappearing within 20 feet of you. Floating a couple of inches above the ground, this form made entirely of shadow and billowing wisps of cloth and hair. You see the vague features of this person, despite the fact that their body is obscured. Again, these yellow eyes appear. They float silently 20 feet away from you guys, inches above the ground. Momentarily before reaching a hand out as if they're trying to reach for you. And their hand presses against something in front of them as if they can't move past it.
I'm here for my horse.
Those who walk among the living, welcome to our grave.
We welcome you in it. They dissipate. There's a sudden flash. All of you get this momentary headache, and the world seems to be covered in a filter of static, which disappears immediately, and the figure is gone. Carrie, the figure that you are looking at begins to float above the ground as well, turning towards you. Its mouth creaks open and lets out this growing scream, and you hear the cries of horses around you and the sound of meat being chopped, as if somebody was digging into the bodies of animals with large weapons.
Oh.
Billy, you see the bundles of hay that are in these stables begin to move as something within them seems to start forming itself.
Protect her, Billy.
Okay.
Sure. Guys, there's a bunch of scary ghosts and skeletons and stuff in the stable, and I don't like it here.
That skeleton emerges, pushing open the gate and going underneath Billy, not paying him any mind. It looks over towards where Lexi is. You hear the clacking of its jaw as when you turn to see it, Lexi, you see it reach up and push its jaw back into place, which was hanging on just by the side. It then rushes towards you.
Cute.
It brings a blade down on you. You take 5 damage, Lexi, as this skeleton throws itself at you and strikes you. Everybody outside, though it's technically not within sight, you would see a skeletal arm and part of the torso of a skeleton lunge at Lexi with a blade.
Skeleton!
Lexi!
It has to die now.
Aww,
I am a
what
tough
beautiful lie.
Mrs. Horse. I ride forward with Mrs. Horse.
I ride gallantly towards the haunted stable.
You have Mrs. Horse?
I ride.
You guys hear the screaming of horses emanating, just blasting out of the stable in the surrounding area. Mrs. Horse is frightened of the house and will not move towards it.
Are
Damn
the
it.
screams, Are the screams also yawning?
Oh, we woke them up from their nap.
Except horses.
Oh
I get off of Mrs. Horse.
no. Aww.
He'll be okay.
In that case, I guess I will dash. 30. Get like
Hi,
right up
Logan.
in its face.
Hey!
As you approach, you do see the phantom. Its body no longer looking like a proper corporeal being. It just looks like wisps of shadow with humanoid features billowing in the wind.
Skeleton.
Another one bursts out!
Come at me!
Oh,
This
my
one
goodness.
rushes forward. As it does, it tries to move through the gate. Pushing the gate open, the top of its body gets separated from the bottom and it topples forward. It then reaches down, reconnects itself, straightens back up, and as it comes back up, swings at you. Its clumsy strike misses you. You see another one burst out of the end of the stables, looks down towards you, and it's going to fire a short bow at you. At Lexi this
shit.
time. As the arrow flies by your head, you hear the sound of... you don't hear the regular of an arrow, you hear the sound of a scream fly by your head. Not like that.
So loud.
Perfect.
Spins.
Another one breaks out. You notice a thing, my skeleton boy? You rolled a 2. Billy is safe.
Yay!
He rolls down. It's also going to fire a short bow at Lexi. That hits.
Stop that. Stop.
Hit me, you
have
fucks.
uncanny dodge.
Oh, yeah, uncanny dodge!
Right now.
Oh, yeah, that thing!
All right, are you using it?
We're lucky to
I'm
have Aaron.
using it. I'm so
Fires
lucky
at
to
you.
have
I clicked half. Cool. So you take 3 damage, reduced from 7, as it strikes you, but you dodge to the side of it, only being grazed by it. Stepping out with a distinctly different sound than the others, you guys see this purplish light begin to emanate from underneath the hay in there. You see a skeleton with a glowing core of
Oh,
purple arcane energy crackling inside of it step out.
It's the spawner! Get him!
Oh,
Shake,
God.
that one's magic!
Ah, crap!
Oh, that was a cute little curse. That was a good try.
shite.
You see these small little darts of purplish shadow fire towards you.
Oh, if it hurts her, it's gotta die already.
That misses. They fire.
It heard my warning.
They fire past you, making a hollow sound as they streak through the air. I'm gonna move you up to there.
This image isn't loading.
This image isn't loading.
I
Is
can
that?
see it.
I can see it.
Yeah.
It's not loading for me. Heck.
It's like a
Oh,
skeleton with
Look at the
purple
token.
light
It's
going,
that, but with
"Ah!"
legs.
He's
Ah, man, I was really hoping to get a picture of them legs, though.
I'll give you, Spence, I'll give you a
boy.
spoiler. They're bony.
And their soup's bony.
Makes me bony.
That's
Uh,
yeah.
You're
Got a
so
twin.
saucy today.
So you're using your channel divinity?
Yes.
All right,
I'm
you're
trying
using.
to figure out.
You're gonna use turn undead and then damning rebuke is that
Yes.
when you
I
use
will
it,
add on.
any creatures that fail take 1d4 plus your charisma save, and those that succeed still take it. It adds a bit of damage to your channel
I
divinity.
see.
So,
Alright.
let's see. Your range. What is your range of channel divinity? The range that it has is, dupe, 30 feet of you. Let's give you. There it is.
Damn!
Is that most? Oh no, that's only. Oh well, that's actually a good amount of them.
Okay, so when you roll this is the first time you've gotten to use this way. Don't click off the ability until you've used it. Roll the wisdom save against them. They all failed.
Oh!
What a
Nicely
good time.
done.
Delicious.
All right, any of them that their CR is 1/2 or lower instantly dies. So immediately,
Bye. Really? Really? That would be
One.
so cool.
as you release it, you come over and you unleash the grace of Tequin from it. Light pours out of it. As it does, those two just disintegrate as the light burns them away. Then what does Miriam wish to do?
Think you can attack my friends? That's too bad for you, because I can see right through you.
Point and laugh. Ah, ha, ha,
There you go.
You're doing it.
Beautiful.
You're doing it a vicious mockery.
Oh, of course I am.
It succeeded.
Damn it, she doesn't care.
Because I can see right. Horses. All right.
Well,
All right. Lexi, what up?
Okay.
Man, the family sure is ghosts.
I can.
Yeah.
It sure is.
How did we not
God
notice
damn.
this?
Get her.
83. Yes. I was. Okay, I was thinking of doing another.
I remember the days
but
when I would
Then
float
do
around
what
the
you were
base,
gonna do.
and I'd be like,
That's just my
"Dad,
suggestion."
Daddy Contrella, how are you?" And he'd float through the wall and go, "Woo!"
Wait, so am I half vampire, half ghost?
Don't worry about it.
It's not for you to worry about.
Stop asking the family questions.
I love
You're
it.
shaming the family by
Shaming
asking questions.
But
you'll
whatever,
get
it's still
them.
worth it. Yeah, I'm still gonna try.
All right. In that case,
Okay, so they gotta
target
make-
those boys.
Boy.
And this will be one of your, 3 uses for the day?
Yeah.
30-foot cone. So yeah, you have them all roll a con save. Oof.
Damn
Nice.
you won!
All right. So Shadow Skeleton failed by more than 5, so it's going to have that extra effect. Please detarget the Shadow Skeleton. The other 2, heckin',
Damn much.
the other, the one that was taken off. So 2d8 psychic damage to Skeleton 4. Go ahead and roll that.
Okay.
So he is,
I got him!
as you use it, the Amylite bracer begins to shine, and as you aim it that way, this bright light flashes across all of them. That one gets blown apart. Its body seems to get twisted and ripped as if it was being grappled and pulled in different directions. The one behind it doesn't get affected.
Cool.
All right. Marker off of you. So that one is gone, that one is petrified, and the skeleton at the end now has that to look forward to.
You're right. That's my
Fun.
turn.
That you?
Fun! That's me.
All right. I also imagine you, as per anime fashion, you yell Rock Lappy Silva, and there's a reverb on your voice as you're firing.
In a Scottish accent, it's gonna be
Yeah.
a whole weird fucking thing right
Yeah.
there.
What would that sound like? Scottish that up for me. Rock Lappy Silva.
What? Oh, fuck.
Do that thing.
No, this
Do
is
that
necessary.
Scottish thing.
It won't.
Dance for us,
It
Carrie.
requires its name to be called to activate. It's like a Zanpakuto. So, how does that go?
Yeah.
You. Haragalap, fuck that. I can't do it. I can't do the first part.
I guess
Come
it doesn't.
on, do
I
it.
guess it
Fuck
doesn't
that.
activate.
Wait, is it Lappy Silva?
Yes.
Harak Lappy Selva.
There you go.
Oh.
Accents change pronunciations. There's nothing wrong with that.
The side hurts to do though,
Oh.
because I'm hearing you doing the correct thing, and I'm like, it's wrong, but here we go.
Skeleton
Like, she's,
3.
like, tried to do it so many times, and she eventually just goes, Bracer! She's giving up on it.
Where is Skeleton?
Where is Skeleton 3?
And Vogan, what's
You're doing
up?
a great job, Carrie. I believe in you.
Oh, thank you, Brett. I'm trying.
I'm gonna
You're
hurt this
doing great.
ghost.
You heard
Do
that.
it back, the
Good job.
ghost.
Do it!
Luckily, you got a magic sword.
Right. It's true. Hiya.
That's a hit.
17 hits. Awesome.
It.
A scorpion mark, so I know where it goes.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Yeah. The effect. There we go. Hiya.
It's dead.
Oh, never mind.
Oh my god!
Dealt 21 damage, dude. All right. Cool.
Scorpion mark,
Yeah.
as you do, the invisible mark that only you're aware of when you use it causes the section of its body that you hit to seem to stabilize and stop being shadowy. You drive your blade through it and then carve out the side of it. As you do, you hear it screaming again, and its body disappears. Lexi, we're back to you.
Well,
Okay.
I was gonna get him. I was gonna get snack attack on him because he was next to people, but Raleigh just moved him. So you know.
Wow.
Just say that. He's doing it.
So now you're watering people's attacks down? Nice. Nice.
I'm
Nice.
trying to help. Why do I even bother?
You don't know. You were just
Aw.
right. You
This
said
is how
help
I
everyone out. No, it's fine.
Izzy, I have to take the chance to tease you. It's the only way I can survive.
No, I get it. It's fine.
Anyways, what are you doing, Carrie?
Okay. I'm casting Booming Blood.
You would move to them before you do it, because you
Yeah.
cast it as you do
Okay.
the attack.
Okay, then I'm
Okay.
gonna move. Cast. Taking Booming Blade.
So,
and
roll the
I'm
attack
gonna
first.
Hit him.
That's a hit. So add the damage effect to yourself, and then roll your normal damage against them. All
Pretty
right.
okay.
As you strike it, it resists some of the damage from your sword, but it takes the thunder damage full on. It takes 7 damage total.
Noise.
Cool.
Vogan.
All right.
That's that
first
affable
off,
boy. Nice.
trying. I'm gonna try and just get rid of this problem here.
Yes.
You hit. He resents
I
being
hope
called
this
a
gets rid of the
problem.
problem.
Yay!
All right, I got rid of the problem.
Problem solver.
You
gonna
rush
get rid of this
forward,
problem.
strike it with your blade. As you do, it reels back. You reach for, grab it by the spine, lift it, slam it into the ground, and the thunderous energy erupts from it, destroys what's left of its body.
Bones scatter all around.
Oh,
All right.
shit.
And goodbye, skeleton.
Oh,
Oh.
you're done, son.
Cut to footage of a nuclear explosion. It is dead. The skeleton is going to go for an attack on the Vogan.
Come at me.
Yeah! It got a Nat19!
Good job.
Oh, how dare you?
It strikes you. It deals 3 damage. I remembered to play the air horn. I haven't remembered in like 10 sessions. It strikes you. You take 3 damage. Vogan's on his way out, baby.
Oh no.
Quintus.
Fucking up.
Vogan looks like he's on the way out.
May as well finish him off.
Do it.
Yeah.
Kill the
Yeah.
boy.
Like to tell you
That's
okay.
a miss.
Yeah? Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh,
That's a-
no.
Maybe put down the battle axe.
Oh.
I don't think that's working out for you.
How'd you just see me like trying to stab with the battle axe? Like, why is it not working?
Just like hitting it in the face with like the tip of the handle
Yeah.
of the battle axe. Its head's just going.
Yeah.
Just
Fenris.
standing over here, just a connoisseur of battle axes. Like, no, you can't do that.
I can and I will.
I think Logan is very salty about what happened in Dragon.
I'm not salty. It's just a fact.
You've already made like 2 comments about that specific fight already in this game.
It's alright, guys. I'm a wizard with no spell slots left. I'm gonna jump in the center of 4 enlarged enemies real quick.
He did what?
Wait, what happened?
Oh, Eric!
I
It's
can't
okay,
get you,
though, because
boy.
I'm cool, I think? Alright, moving on.
I'm so okay.
Eric.
Don't worry about it.
It's a thing that happened in fucking the Thursday game. Don't worry. Lexi!
I'ma just put you boy from over here.
Are you gonna shoot him?
Yeah.
Alright, go ahead and
see
shoot
if
him.
it works.
Do it a shoot.
I don't fucking know. I'ma try.
You can never gonna hold away. Look at me, I'm
Oh, there.
Skeleton. I'm on their side now. They're Elton John skeletons.
Be on their side more often.
Well,
Oh, that's
You three-
gross.
You've
Goodbye,
done so
skeleton.
no
many.
longer standing.
That's fabulous.
Go ahead. Oh my
Hey,
god, you're going to a...
Loaded.
No.
Pew pew
Yeah,
pew.
bye.
Look at me, I'm a coming back.
What a waste!
That was the least
Wait,
necessary
I have
crit
a
in
question.
history.
It only
How-
had
how
5.
many?
It only had 5. Her modifier would have killed it.
We all blink. Where
did
did the
it.
skeleton go?
You fire your so yeah, alternate reality. You fire your crossbow bolt at it. It hits it. It lifts it off the ground for a second, and then a delayed shockwave flows down the entirety of the stable, blows it back, and destroys it. It doesn't though. You just hit it really well. That's all that happens.
I am so
Withstand being
proud of
defensive.
everyone. Everyone did such a good job in this fight.
It's true.
Go
Golf
team.
claps for everyone.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
No, it's
Quintus, roll me a perception check.
Quinn, come back. Quinn, come back.
Learn some patience, Quinn. Please.
Never!
Before you fucking kill yourself.
11.
Quintus, as you
Better
move
than the last
forward,
one.
as you approach the house, you don't see it until it moves, but through the window that is over there, you see a figure looking out at you, and you do not notice that they're there until they move, and light pours out from the inside. Not a lot of light, just a very faint amount, but it's enough to notice when somebody moves away from it.
Someone's inside.
I hope so.
Rather surprised they didn't send guards out after us.
Maybe these were the guards. Strange, spooky security system.
Also, how would they send gods after us?
Guards!
Yeah, gods.
It says read that thing for me, and you can just ignore it.
Fucking got Logan.
It's the return of, no, gods! It's like, no, the thing you're saying.
I'm not crazy.
It's the insistence that it was different that got me.
Wonderful.
Winchester!
Quinn, don't shout.
Door.
Stealth is already broken. There's no
Oh
point.
yes,
Dude,
yes,
that thing was screaming
yeah, from the
outside.
outside. You guys didn't pay it much mind, but yes, there was a door on the outside as well. You hear your voice echoing through the hollow house. It seems to box in the sound, but
I'll go up to. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, you don't hear anything back. Nothing that resembles a horse.
Learn some patience.
Patience?
Yes, patience. Before you get us and yourself killed. You've waited
You
a
don't
month.
wish to
You
come
can
in,
wait
then
a
don't.
couple minutes.
If you don't wish to come in, then don't.
I do,
But
but
Winchester
don't rush
inside
in.
of this house. He's not in the stable, so he has to be here. And if he's here, something
I'm
else
just
is
saying-
going on.
I'm saying proceed cautiously.
I
Quintus,
don't
he
have
has
time
a
for
point.
caution. He's gonna start walking over toward where he saw the person.
As you walk over and you reach for the door, they don't bother you, but as you reach for the handle and make a noise trying to turn it, you see several bugs, fairly large, they're about hand-sized, that look like they were, before they just looked like pieces of the wall, seem to be disturbed by it, and they crawl away from you desperately along the walls as you make noise trying to open it. As this happens, you see all around the room the same
my.
bugs that Quintus had disturbed. They all seem to start reacting. They open their wings. They look to be large beetles, and you see these faint, fiery embers coming from their thoraxes.
You guys might have time to use this bardic inspiration.
You guys hear
Hell
it,
yeah.
you just hear this voice coming from it as it takes on that form.
Oh my god.
We did nothing. Our craft was our own. And it seems to claw the edges of the fireplace and pull itself out violently.
Oh, there's so many.
A manifestation of hatred? Oh my god.
Uh,
Very to the point.
This bug flies over, bites it. It gets a crit.
Oh my god!
Lexi!
You didn't give me a chance.
This is going
Am I
They
gonna
have
get
badly.
killed by a
They have
bug?
+1 to hit.
I didn't give you a chance. Sorry, I didn't give you a chance to what? You haven't had a turn yet. It is gonna. It got a crit. This is gonna be the most wasted crit in the universe. It deals 6 damage. Galexi, it's immediately it's Miriam's again with the not scrolling combat tracker. I don't have time for you. I'm trying to run this game. Heckin'. So that's not Vogan. It's the fire
It's a
beetle
bug
under
underneath.
Vogan.
Plot twist of the century.
It is in your
I
space.
just puke up a bug.
It's going to try to bite Vogan, and it's going to miss terribly.
Dude,
That
I was
time,
just
Jared.
picturing like the fight being over and Vogan stepping off the bug and being like, "Oh, I killed one."
This one's going to come down. It hits Lexi.
Did that?
Oh, sorry. What, Quintus?
Oh wait, no, never mind. I've
Yeah.
turn. Never mind.
It comes down, it bites into you, it deals 2 damage.
I swear to God, if I get killed by bugs, man. I'm going to bonus claws a boy.
Deal the 1 damage it takes to kill them.
Look at that. I
Yeah,
got
I
I'm a
can
bug. I'm a bite you.
Oh,
That's a
You have
miss.
D8?
I'm not gonna use my D8 to hit a fucking bug, Aaron.
I mean, you
I mean, it would be a shame to waste it now.
yeah, you probably need to use it this fight.
Only lasts 10 minutes.
Fuck, I'll use it. Yeah, fuck it. Kill the stupid bug. Do I hit it now?
Yes, you were 1 point away.
Damn it. Aaron.
Go ahead and roll your claw damage.
Okay, die.
It's dead. You claw at the bug. As you go mid-claw, you realize you're not going to hit. In a second of weakness, you think back to the inspiring words of Merriam. As he egged you on, your eyes open, fierce, resolved, and you swat the bug out of the air and it hits the ground.
You just like clap it between your hands. Yeah.
The whole thing in slow motion right up until the...
Wipes on cloak.
Yeah.
God damn it! I just got it over you!
This is so unfortunate.
You're so gunning for me in both of these fights, Logan! This
It
is
missed.
bullshit! Good.
Flies towards you and it misses.
Well, this is the family.
That's
Mary misses
well,
very
fucking
much.
get Raleigh! He's not gonna fucking scratch on him!
Raleigh.
Alright. Try and get here. And the hatred manifestation has booming blade on it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
If your Eldritch Blast is not prompted.
Oh yeah, but if I
Yeah.
like push him away, he might have to move to get back into
That's
range
fair.
to attack us.
It's true, yeah.
That is
Yeah.
very true. Mm-hmm.
So let's see if that works.
Oh
Doesn't!
Worked! God damn you!
That
Yeah.
Incredible.
That is the correct amount of pepper.
Fires one beam, slaps finger. I said hit him.
That hits. He careens into the back of the room, striking into it.
That's me.
What's Billy up to?
Let's see.
Help!
Billy, lunchtime.
Oh my god.
Billy can't attack
It's
things.
spicy food.
Yeah. It's
Billy's
just
gonna
funny.
intimidate this thing. He's just gonna get up there and
Yeah.
hoo at it real loud.
Oh jeez.
He's gonna take the help action against this bug. The next person that attacks that bug has advantage.
Bug's turn. It
Bug's
bites-
turn.
Oh, no!
The bug's going to attack Billy. The bug hits.
Wait, couldn't he have flown up and away from the bug?
The bug can fly.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Billy survived an attack! Billy took one damage!
Has he ever survived an attack?
Never!
No.
He has like what, 3 health?
He has 2 health!
He's
Oh,
This is the showdown of the century.
Oh,
We
my
have to save our
boy!
friend.
He survives that one attack. That one damage was half his hit points.
I will use the opportunity Billy gave me.
oh no.
Go for your attack on.
Hiya!
You
my fucking
missed.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Fucking die.
Jesus
Come on,
Christ!
Quinn. Like we practiced back in the...
There you go.
Die. All right, I'm getting here now. That's me.
This is the best fight.
No.
The stakes are so unreasonably high.
Well, I was gonna cure wounds, Lexi, but then Billy got hurt.
Don't
Cure wounds, Billy, you fool.
I'm killing.
Fix
I'm
Billy.
kidding.
Fix
I'm
Billy. It's the
kidding.
correct choice.
Give him
I'm
back
gonna-
his
I'm
one
gonna
hit
cast-
point.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on Lexi.
Oh.
Here.
Alrighty.
No need to
I
move
happen
to do
to
so.
adore you.
Love to.
Please don't die. Oh wow.
Thanks, Raleigh. I'm kidding.
Maybe you should have given that to Billy.
I don't want to talk. Okay. That's my turn anyway.
Lexi.
Get him.
Get him.
Okay.
Booming blade that bitch.
That will be my last spell slot.
Yeah, I probably.
It's not a spell slot. It's a
It's a
cantrip.
cantrip.
Oh.
It's a cantrip? Fuck.
Yes.
Wait, let me
Have
double
you
check.
been burning spell
It is a
slots
cantrip.
to-
Don't-
I
don't-
totally have.
Yeah, no, it's a cantrip.
Thank you. It's cantrip. I'm doing it again then. Fuck that.
Wow.
That's what. Yeah, there's as
No.
long if you don't have extra attack, there is virtually no reason not to do that. That's a hit. You strike it. Go ahead and you'll add your sneak attack and your booming blade. Heckin' do it, that big bap. Bap that big boy.
Doing that big heckin' bap.
Do him a bibbly bap.
One big old bam.
Oh, I got him!
How do you want?
Nice.
How do you want to do? How do you want to do this, Lexi?
So I was like behind Vogan, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna fucking step up from behind him and be like, hi! And then just cast Booming Blade and then just be like, BAM! With my sword, like fucking straight fucking down him.
Do it through the
boy.
legs. Like duck through his legs and just
I
fucking
keep
stab him.
He doesn't have legs.
Upward! It doesn't make sense.
Oh, Vogan's legs.
No, my legs.
I was gonna
my
say
legs.
if you go through his legs, you're just going into the fire.
I just get set on fire and die trying to kill it.
You get set on fire and die in your coup de grace.
As you
Yeah, I'm
strike
gonna go
it,
between Vogan's
as
legs.
you do that. You bring the blade down, you cut into its head. As you do, when you drag the blade down it, you sever a huge gouge down the front of its body, with thunderous energy erupting from it as you do. It lets out this faint and then just stays in place, and you see the fire beginning to flicker down. And just before it begins to crumble away and disappear, you just hear very faint, "We fulfilled our end of all of our deals. Our craft. Our necromancy was none of your..." And then it just crumbles into nothing.
Someone's inside.
Something
There you go.
is inside.
Yeah, I don't
Something,
hear
uh-huh.
further.
wrong.
Okay.
Something moved me. Shit's haunted, guys.
It's the ghosts!
I love
Yeah!
that fucking
Entering
vampire
in,
being like, this is scary.
As you enter in, you look to the ground and you see a trail of fresh blood leading to the bed, upon which you see a body appears to have been thrown on it, its throat slit and blood pouring out onto the sheets.
Oh my
Whoa.
god.
As you do, and you look up to it, you immediately see the body on the bed springs up, and it rushes towards you, grabs onto you, gets inches from your face, blood begins pouring out of its mouth and onto you, and I need the three of you. I'm gonna make you make an intelligence save.
Oh
I'm scared. I'm scared.
Oh, those are
Wait, no,
some
I wanna use
bad...
my
Oh no.
What do you use?
Yeah, I was about
If you want to use,
Don't
if you
worry
want to
about
use inspiration, you
Yeah.
two roll it again.
Wait, I'm gonna use inspiration as well.
All right, I will end it. I will roll it against you all again.
Do I roll?
Don't
Then
mark
I'll do
anything.
it. I'll
Don't
do it.
anything.
Right,
He's
right,
gonna do
right,
it.
right.
Lexi succeeded.
Okay.
You guys, those that failed, you take 10 psychic damage. You stumble backwards. The body immediately, after it does this and covers you, after you take this damage again, you grasp your head as you feel a sharp pain. The body doesn't flicker out or anything, but it lets go of you and seems to just explode into dust. You guys are now frightened, in general, of nothing in particular. Vogan, what are you doing out there? I see you wandering around.
I gave up on Aristo.
A perfect boy.
Instantly.
As you hear, and you guys don't see it immediately, but you hear a voice coming from behind you. As you notice this thing at the end of the hallway, yellow eyes piercing through the dimly lit hallway towards you. Fenris, you notice the one that's in the other room as it seems to straighten a chair and put it back up into place. From the one down there, you hear slaughter, and from the one behind you, you hear resist, prompting you to become aware. And as that happens, a skeletal hand reaches down the hallway and pulls itself into your view.
Come on, man.
Hello, friendo.
And we're gonna roll initiative.
Roll initiative. Got him.
Yay!
Go.
You just hear the
Hey.
chanting coming from them. You hear the repeated chanting of them just
Oh,
going,
fuck.
rise, resist, slaughter, rise, slaughter, resist. You again hear just it utter, resist. And it is going to heckin' make a... is gonna float towards you, Fenris. It reaches out to you. Its hand tries to, again, pass into you. It misses. You put up your shield. It goes through the shield briefly, but you duck to the side as it reaches towards you. Quintus!
Yeah. I see Vogan has that. I go this way.
There's still a ghost over here.
I mean, yeah,
fine.
but Fenris though. I'm
Yeah,
not
there are-
gonna lie,
there are
it's
two
gonna
over
be
here.
my playing.
Ridiculous.
I'm gonna go over there.
Hold on.
I'm fine. I have no emotion.
Take that.
Oh.
And I wanna shove it.
you,
Spoil.
Wow.
You attempt to, and this is. Please stop doing that.
So, okay.
You attempt to. You use it. And this is how you learn they can't be knocked prone.
Leave him
You hear
alone.
ringing again, just the words rise, and it is going to come to here. It is going to reach through the wall and attack you. Yes.
Son of a bitch.
I mean,
Stop guessing things.
What ghosts do?
it is going to be considered hidden for this, so it's going to have
so I can't
advantage.
bash at it.
I would have no idea it was there.
Mm,
Other
here-
than in the audio clues.
It got 2 19s! 2 19s!
I think that deserves a crit.
Hands come through the wall, wrap
Don't
around your neck. As they do, they seem to start hugging you, and they pull back through your body. You take 4 damage. Not a lot, all things considered. And you succeed your concentration save for the spell you have on Quintus. Going to Fenris. This is going to leave your attack range. It is going to go.
I think I know what's happening.
It is going to go straight down. As it does, do you want to attack it?
Yeah.
Go for it.
I don't like you. Or, I don't like you.
That's my purse. I'm kidding.
That's a hit.
I said that's my purse. I don't know you. That's the
Do you-
only King of the Hill
do
joke
you-
I will ever know. Why?
You hit it. It takes 5 damage from that. It goes down into the ground.
Miriam, did you see the ghosts? I don't know where the ghosts are. Are they in here? I'm assuming they're in
See
here.
them
Should I
very
go in?
clearly.
She has
Yeah.
no idea, but she like points down at Miriam, and then I assume Miriam like points into that room.
Okay, I'm gonna go in here. Bye.
You see, that's how I always felt. That's how I feel when I
Yeah,
hasted.
yeah,
It's a
yeah.
good feeling.
I don't think you could have made it all the way there.
Haste.
Her movement speed doubled.
She's got
Yeah.
haste.
Oh yeah, hey.
Oh, she has haste, right?
Miriam has hasted her.
Why did you think I was speaking so fast?
I forgot. I thought you were speaking
being
that way
a
because
big
you were
dummy.
frightened.
Go ahead. Do whatever you're gonna do.
Okay, hold on. They're both in squares adjacent to me.
It's true.
Oh shit.
You're gonna make me laugh ugly.
Die.
Something.
Okay, Brett, come.
Oh my god.
You need to build up to this much, Red Bull. You can't just dive right in. You gotta build up an immunity. Go ahead. I assume you're using Word of Radiance. Do I
am. I'm
speak?
gonna say something
Okay.
about Tequin.
Okay, say something about Tequin.
Something about Tequin. All right.
Amazing.
This is
Target these two.
when Fenris is hasted. Her brain can't keep up with the rate her mouth moves at. Is what this is.
Makes sense.
Alan followed me around the stage like, you're gonna laugh? Huh? Are you gonna laugh? Go ahead, laugh it up.
All right. I've targeted them both for you. Go ahead and roll Word of Radiance against them.
Okay. The word of the word of Tequin compels you. There we go.
Nice.
All right, one failed, one succeeded. Go ahead and roll your damage against that one.
Get him.
Get him.
You hit it.
Really
It
good.
recoils as you say that. You still have your haste attack if you want to use it.
I will. I'm gonna back
it
the
up.
other. Beat it up. Here we go. I have a gift for you. It's called Pain.
You still have the Staff of the Adder. I'm gonna get rid of that.
Yeah. I just haven't been clicking it, obviously.
Yeah,
Did that hit?
that hits.
Good.
Fucking
I have
Yaddle.
the gift of my gift. More gifts of
The
pain.
gift of my gift. Pain.
That one is
Nice.
dead.
Hell yeah!
Ah,
You strike it and its body disperses.
I fear no one. Ah! Okay, that's my turn.
Aw.
Except for the entire house.
Except for everything. That's why I'm saying I fear nothing.
Except for everything.
If I fear
that's
everything,
my-
I fear nothing.
No, that's not how that works.
then you just fear everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I fear nothing.
If I say I fear nothing, everyone else will have to believe
Is
me,
that
which
your-
kind of forces
is that your
me
turn,
to fear
Fenris?
nothing. Yes.
I believe.
Oh Lord, he coming.
Oh lord, he coming.
Oh
I'm gonna
Lord.
attack.
You're in the
This
kitchen. You
heckin'
gonna show us what Vogan's cooking?
Hell yeah!
Oh, sure. Sorry.
Oh,
Holy shit. The.
And the
Okay, yeah.
attack against the
They both.
Mirandus was the 19, so take an inspiration for that. The other attack shouldn't have happened, so let's get rid of that.
Yeah.
So, one sec.
30 to hit. Holy hell.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was
You
really good.
scary.
But you gotta go slow is the trade-off.
Yeah. I made sure. I was like, that's 10 feet away. I
Yep.
can do it.
Go ahead. Roll that damage.
Die. Ah. All right.
Strike it, it's not dead yet.
Second attack.
That's a hit.
17.
Oh.
Die.
Nice. Yeah.
Now it's
Heck
dead.
yeah.
Wow, that's
Now-
incredible that you did that.
Calm down.
I happen to be actually very calm. It's just that I've been hasted, which I've never been the person to receive before, so this is really fabulous.
I turn away.
Wow.
5 foot step that way. 10, 15, 20, 25. I rush down the hall. Ah!
Go for it.
I will two-hand my spear.
She clatters to the ground.
Yep.
He's taking a big risk here, Rolly. You think you can?
let's see if it pays off for him.
Fun idea. The moment you did that, it gave me the image of like Vogan doing that and being like, "What do you think, Mary Mist?" And cut to her. She's in front of a microphone. She's just tracing in the air in front of the microphone.
Leans
You
into
are-
microphone, begins tracing.
Oh.
You were
attack.
perhaps a bad
That's-
choice for him.
Nice.
It finally happened! It finally happened!
crit on a 19.
I finally crit on a 19.
Oh my god! It took me 20 sessions.
I'm so proud of you!
Take an inspiration and roll that crit.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, boy.
You do. Perfectly average crit damage.
Oh wait, whenever I saw it, I thought it landed on a 1.
No. It always overwrites one of them.
Yeah.
With the maximum. So you hit it, you deal 9 damage total to it. It looks like it's not doing well. You notice it resists slightly less than it had been resisting, and that's a hit. How do you want to do this?
There you go.
I charge forward. I drop the shield. I twist the spear in my hands as I just like kind of scrape it against the wall slightly, push off from the corner right here, and then stab downward into it, lift up and stab down again.
All right.
Severing the bones at the spine.
It breaks as you do. It reaches a hand up towards you as if to grasp, and then it falls back and its body dissolves into white powder.
Did we get all of
Upstairs
them?
it is.
Wait, there's a chest.
Yeah.
Let's look at the chest.
Didn't you tell me to be careful?
Yeah, wait. I'll
I've
check
earned
if there's traps
this.
or anything on it. I'll check.
That's why we check the chest
As
before we open it.
before you guys get into that, that's where we're gonna stop.
No!
Be careful, Quintus. Don't do
Gotta
anything
finish the
stupid,
house.
Quintus.
All right, YouTube, we're out of here. We're just over 4 hours. Gotta be nice to.
Bye, YouTube.
Goodbye, everybody.